Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Where are people? It's we have around 6 minutes to start. Around six, around five. Lizzie was live. Where did they go? And so was Yvette. Where are people? We have 5 minutes, so we still have time. Remember when you get in to tell us your name, or rather tell us where you're watching us from. Rosalind, today you're early. You're very early. Welcome. Welcome. I am feeling so exhausted, and it is on a Sunday. Tomorrow is work day, and I don't know why I feel so exhausted. I think I worked so much yesterday and some parts of today. I hope your Sunday is doing well. I hope you went to church for Christians. Tell us what was the preaching about today. Winnie from Kenya, thanks for always sharing. You're welcome, Winnie. Irene Peace from South Africa, you're welcome. Guys, tell us where you're watching us from. Jane, happy Sunday. If there's something I'm honestly missing is Githeri. Jesus, I've not had Githeri for 1 year. And the way I loved Githeri and Matoke. Oh, someone should send me those things via DHL. Gwen from Zimbabwe. Kendi hapa mama. Mimi hapa mama. I'm watching from UK. Sharing is caring community. You're welcome. Bright from Ghana. Bright, you're welcome. I am seeing new faces. I'm seeing people who were here yesterday. Jane was here with us yesterday. Rosaline has always been here with us. Please, guys, do remember to like, to subscribe, to share. That way you really help me grow this community. I'm really trying so hard to grow this community here. It will go a long way. Edith Mutanda, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just seeing sharing is caring community and I don't know the other name. You're welcome, Edith. Today we are talking about a lot of actually jobs, a lot of jobs. There are a lot of jobs today that will fit or will favor people who are mostly low skilled. We are looking at careers around baristas, hotel jobs, cleaning jobs, food and beverage, chefs, front desk, food servers, dishwashers, plumbers, welders. They're called trades in abroad. Anything around plumbing, welders, they're called trade jobs. Today, this one is going to really favor people who have skills around this industry, and also people who are not very choosy and that can do those jobs. My first time here, Pewudi from Ghana, you're welcome. Violet Dube, Zimbabwe. Violet, I think I've seen you here again. Somehow I usually have a very a good brain with backtracking people I've seen before or things that have happened before. So it's very easy for me to tell people who have been here. Guys, we have, I think, 2-3 minutes to start. I don't know where people are today. Kanyi Thiongo, hi Kendi, Happy New Year. Kanyi, you cannot be telling me Happy New Year, honestly. We are in 21st January. 21st of January. It's not fair. But thank you. Guys, we are looking for quorum. We still need quorum. Remember to tell us where you're watching us from if you're in And if you're ready, I think we will continue. The rest will find us, though today the number is quite low. The number is quite low, quite low. If we get to around 25, we can start. We are 17. Yokaba from Kampala, welcome. Yokaba, how is Uganda? How is everything in Uganda? I know with Museveni things are not that okay, but let us stick here and get to see what can help us get better opportunities abroad. First time to be here. Kani, thank you. Kani, thank you. Thank you. It's your first time, sure. Josephine Ikonge, this is another ardent follower. You're welcome for today. You're welcome. Josephine is from Kenya. I think I've now started getting used to faces who are always here. Ouma from Kenya. Ouma, I think it's your first time. We have not seen you here before. Please, guys, do remember to like, to share, to subscribe. You will really help me grow this community. It also motivates me to continue doing research and sharing more with you guys. I do not want to say it is validation, but it goes a long way. Hi, Kendi. Today I'm early. Yes, Malkia, welcome. Yesterday you came in late. Today you're on time, and that's the best way. So because it's easier, we start from the beginning to the end. Guys, also remember, if you want to book any of my paid services, if you want to purchase my ebooks that will give you a lot of information on how to secure caregiver jobs in USA, or just the basic techniques to be able to help you secure jobs abroad, you'll find them on the description box. Oma, you have been here before. I am sorry. I don't think I'm sorry. Maybe I can't remember you well. But you're welcome. Viola, hi, you're welcome. Viola, where are you watching us from? I offer different services. You can book a one-on-one session with me. Through that one-on-one, it is a 1 hour call. I will direct you. I will be able to know what career you're in, what you're looking for, or rather what careers you're prospecting to move abroad. I also give the people who book a one-on-one session with me a top 3 countries that they are looking to relocate, and share very consolidated info on where to look for jobs, websites. I recommend them also to companies that I'm always in contact communication with. That is my one-on-one session. My CV review, I actually reviewed the price today downwards. I have been charging 20 USD for CV review, but today moving forward, henceforth rather, I'll be charging 15 USD so that I'm able to help more people to revamp your CV. Guys, remember, you need a very standard CV, and you need CV in different formats, because some of these countries are always asking CV in, for example, Canada, the Canadian format. Most countries in Europe want the European Union, European format CV. UK, USA, they have their formats, of which they do not have a very big difference. So I help people to know what the different formats are. I will review a CV and I will send it to you. I also help people to apply for jobs. There is level 1, which is 50 USD, level 2, 80 USD, level 3, 120 USD. For level 1, I will apply for more than 50 jobs. Level 2, I will apply for more than 70 jobs. Level 3, I'll apply for more than 120 jobs with you. On that, I will also have a call with you to know what you're looking at and the different countries also you're looking at, because I will help you to apply for jobs in more than 2 countries in all the levels. Also, if you want me to apply or to help you apply to the job seeker visa routes to Finland and to Portugal and to Lithuania, I do that. I also help people to apply for Finland vocational schools. You'll find all those services on the description box. Remember, always my email. Let me write down my email so that anyone who has a touchy question and they do not feel okay asking here after the session, they can always ask me down on the email address. My email address is always open any day of the time. Sometimes during the weekdays, I might not be able to answer the questions, but I'll always figure out later in the evenings or a day or two, and I'll be able to answer your questions. Dr. Posai Pandian from India, you're welcome. Violet Dube, today you're on time. Paxima, wow, your services are great. I'll definitely contact you soon. Guys, can we start now? I feel like we are a good number to start. So if you give me go ahead, we'll start. If you're ready for us to start, you can say yes, and I can start because I want to introduce today's topic. Then we can go ahead. Don Tatale, you're welcome. Don, you're not so new here. I've seen you here before. Jane Olayo, great content. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Watching from Lagos, Nigeria. Guys, I think it is fair if we start. Anyone else coming, we can they can get us moving. Yes, Yokaba, you're welcome. Macro from Ghana, I think you're welcome. Let's start, please. Ndolo, you're welcome. During one-on-one, do you review my CV? No, Violet, I do not review your CV for a one-on-one session. I will just most probably for the one-on-one session, you will send me your CV before we have the call. Then when we are having the call, I will give you the insights on where to work on your CV, which parts of your CV need to be worked on. The CV review and the one-on-one sessions are very different services from each other. So let me share my screen because I want to introduce this country, and maybe if you watch some bits of what I want to talk about. Sometimes when you hear of a country maybe that is not so popular, it is good to see how the country looks like. That way you can be able to visualize if it is a good place for you to be able to stay or to move. So I want to share my screen with you guys so that you can at least see this country that I want to share with you. And then you will figure out. I've just looked for a video on YouTube that is showing this amazing country. We are talking about Malta today. Malta is a very, very beautiful country in Europe. Malta is in the European Union. Malta is in the European Union. I want you guys just to look at the visuals of Malta. Malta is one of the best tourist destinations in Europe. It is actually ranked top 2 best tourist destinations in Europe. That is other than Italy and France. So Malta is on the Mediterranean. It's a Mediterranean island, as I said, in Europe. It is on the south of France, and it is also near now the Mediterranean Sea. There are a lot of opportunities and jobs in Malta, and right now there are over 20,000 jobs available in Malta. Malta is very best suited for people who are in the hospitality industry, who are in healthcare, and more that we are going to look at the industries that I called trades. I want to be sharing with you, and on this video, as you continue talking on this live, I will be giving you the average salaries that you're going to be paid in Malta and how much you're looking at in terms of salary in different industries. They are very in high demand jobs right now, and that is why I wanted to present this opportunity to you guys, so that if this is something you're willing to take, you can apply as soon as we are done with this. And I'm also, as always, going to give you today. I have a lot of places you can get jobs in Malta. I have more than 15 places that I'm going to be leaving you with where you will get these jobs. Remember to write these things down, to take screenshots, because after this, I am not going to put anything on the description box, guys. Please, after this, I am not going to add anything on the description box. So your part is just to grabs as much as you can. You can either write these things down, or you can take screenshots as Roslyn had shared yesterday. So if you are ready, I don't know if you guys have seen enough. I could just show parts and parts so that you can see how the country looks like. With the visuals and the landscape, you can see there are quite a lot of even cruise ships that always dock in Malta for tourists. So you can be sure anything to do with hospitality will suit you. And actually, hospitality is one of the biggest industries that are always thriving in Malta. And also the healthcare is always thriving in Malta because of the aging population. So a lot of the people there, mostly the elder generation, really need a lot of care. Another thing is in Malta, you'll find a lot of financial services jobs. But today I wanted us to focus on things around hospitality, but I'll be sharing with you all the other industries because I know not everyone on my view, who is my viewer, is in the industry, in the hospitality industry. There are a lot. There are a lot of you in different industries. So I've just shown you the visual. It is very good for you guys to see the visual so that you can visualize how the country looks like. Most of these countries in Europe, most people do not talk so much about them, so you might not know them. Personally, I love Malta. Before I relocated to the UK, me and my family had gotten another offer to Malta. I love Malta because of the tourist destination, because of also the weather. The weather is not very harsh if you in times of, like, say, the winters. It is not very harsh. I also love places that give me work life balance. Sorry, the only reason that we did not move to Malta as a family is the wages were quite lower when we compared to what we had gotten to the UK. Definitely, as you know, definitely, as you know, I don't. Edith Mutanda has recommended people here. Thank you so much, Edith. I can see you have a very big community that is saying they came here from you. Thank you so much, Edith Mutanda. So as I was saying, I had very good prospects. I have contemplated and I have knew about Malta for a very long time. So the reason that made me not move to Malta was the price differences. Definitely, the human nature will always make you choose somewhere where you're getting better pay than another place. That is the only thing. And also, you'll come to realize, because I'll be sharing with you the prices, the salaries, rather the average salaries in different industries, how much you'll be earning in Malta, as sometimes a bit lower than other places around Europe. And this is because, one, the cost of living in Malta is not very high, and two, the taxes in Malta are quite low. Under this context, for example, Malta tax is 20%, UK tax is 40%. So sometimes for people, and also the cost of living, things like housing are a bit lower than the UK. So to some extent, if you do not have any other offer, and if you try to find work-life balance, if you compare that to big countries, for people who love a quiet, calm place, Malta will really suit you. Also, for people who love to work in environments that have a very wealthy people, because they tip a lot. The good thing with the hospitality industry, mostly abroad, tipping is normal. I never knew, actually, anytime that you go in a restaurant, you're supposed to tip. It is not like back in Africa, where sometimes a waiter has to talk you through to tipping, or you tip, but you tip so low. Here abroad, tipping is actually normal. There is no way someone will serve you and you do not tip them. Tipping is very normal here. So if you love working in places like where you interact with lots of tourists from all over the world, Malta will really suit you. So I want us to talk about what is the high demand jobs in Malta. Remember, I just said the government has announced that there are more than 20,000 jobs available in Malta starting of February, and you can now apply for jobs. Different companies recruit for different employers, and also the government has shared what is available in terms of the most high demand jobs. It is very essential that anytime a government announces that they have shortage occupation and they give the most high in demand jobs, that is the best time for you to apply for these jobs, because the chances of you getting a job then is quite high compared to when the countries are not really massively recruiting. So the most high in demand jobs right now in Malta is hospitality, as I've shared, things or jobs around the tourism industry, gaming industry, aviation, financial services, and healthcare. So still, if you're looking for a caregiver job, if you're a psychiatrist, if you're a nurse, Malta is also still a good place for you. If you're in financial services, you're an accountant, Malta will suit you. If you're in aviation, if you're in the gaming industry, gaming is not so common to other countries, but some countries around Europe are very, very well known. Ireland is known for gaming. Malta is known for gaming. There's a country in a British overseas territory called Gibraltar is also known for gaming, and gaming is quite a huge industry in these countries. Someone is asking about the Maltese language. Malta has two official languages. The first language is Maltese language, and the second language is English language. So if you have any worry that you might not be able to blend in or get jobs because you do not speak Maltese, nothing to worry about, because even the locals or the citizens or the residents who live in Malta, 99.5%, that is under statistics, they know how to communicate efficiently and effectively in English. So language barrier is not a problem. Another thing we need to discuss about Malta is that they do not really care about IELTS. So if you're looking for a country that will not ask you for IELTS, Malta is a bet. Nobody is going to care about your IELTS as long as you can communicate effectively and efficiently in English language. And these starts from the point where you're applying your job with an English CV, and if they schedule you an interview, and they get to know that you can represent yourself well in the English language, they are okay with that. There are lots of Indians. Let me use this and let me say it without any fear. The Maltese foreign labor is 20% right now Indian, and 10% of all other nationalities. So if Indians are in Malta, and Indians, definitely they speak in their home country. Yes, they speak English, and also they speak a lot of the Indian language. I think they have different dialects. Any other person coming from anywhere in the world, I think they'll thrive, as long as you're an English speaker in Malta. So under those industries, the industries that I wanted us, or rather that are mostly being sought out for, or the professions that are mostly sought for in Malta are, that is under the hospitality industry. There's cleaning, there's food and beverage, there's front desk, there's chefs, there's food servers, there's dishwashers, there are baristas, and there's also people that we call welders and plumbers that are in the industry of what we call here the trade industry. So different industries offer different salaries. The average salary for people in the hospitality industry in Malta, they're being paid an average of 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month. Food service, you're being paid around 800 to 1,200 euros. If you're in the trade union, that is from welders and plumbers, construction workers, your salary is between 1,500 to 2,000 euros. If you're in the healthcare industry, you're being paid anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500 euros per month. So the best thing also you realize when you start these applications, and when you go through these companies, most of them they will realize, and I'm going to be sharing with you all the government websites that you need and all the info, that for you to, since when you get your offer letter and your work permit from an employer, you will need 6 to 12 weeks to apply for the visa. That means the Maltese visa is open, or takes between 6 to 12 weeks for it to be processed. The other best thing about the visa application process in Malta is not complicated, as I said, and in between 6 to 12 weeks you have it, and it is very straightforward as long as you have a job offer and your employer has gotten you the work permit. So up to there, I believe, or let me hope, because I cannot see any questions coming here, we are on the same page, because I want to share with you now places where you can get jobs. Some of them are websites. Actually, they're all websites, and they're very reputable companies. All of them have a rating of over 4.5 ratings, so they are very good websites. Most of them have been in the industry for more than 10 years, so that means they are very well known and they are good companies. We are also going to look at the permanent residency, and let me mention this before we get to now saying talking about the websites. For you to be a permanent resident in Malta, you need to have lived and worked there for 5 years. So that is equal to any other country around Europe. In the case of UK, in the case of Netherlands, in the case of Switzerland, most of these countries, that after 5 years, that is when you can claim your citizenship. Another thing, under this pathway where the government has announced that they are massively recruiting and there is massive shortage in Malta, you're being allowed to move with your family and your dependents. So once you get a job offer, once you process your work permit, from the onset, from the word go, you are allowed to bring your family. Okay, so I want us to get to talking about all the websites. I will be writing them down for you, them down. The only thing you need to do, guys, is either screenshot, so that after this you're left with information that can help you. Let me answer a few questions before we talk about the website. Godwin, you're welcome. Do they consider teaching jobs in diploma in early years? Yvette, as I have said, you can look for those jobs. Yes, I do not want you to shy away from looking for jobs that are not in this industry, but at this specific time, the in high demand jobs that the government has said the companies in Malta are looking for, as I've said, are industries around hospitality, tourism, gaming, aviation, financial services, and healthcare. Mukami, yes, you can do that. My email address is jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. I want us to get to places where you can search for jobs in Malta. So the first place you can get a job in Malta is connect.com, and I'll be writing them down for you so that anyone who wants to take a screenshot, they can take their screenshot. There is maltajobs.eu. You can take the screenshot, guys, so that you're able to go through the websites at your own free time. There's jobsinmalta.com. Remember, after this, you can ask me a question. Could be related to Malta, could be another thing. I will, if I'm able to, I will answer the best way I can. There's careerjet.com. Guys, I hope we are on the same page. There is Broadwing Recruitment. I am going to also share the government website where you can read, and the government will give you all the licensed employers who can sponsor you. I know I'm going to get this question, and guys, let me say it before I get this question. You're supposed to get visa sponsored jobs. These are jobs that you're going to get visa sponsorship on. Read recruitment. Today I think I found a very good topic to talk about, because there are quite a lot of companies that will really help you to secure jobs in Malta. Some of them are like these recruitment companies that are always recruiting on behalf of companies, and also websites that you can apply for jobs. There's one called Job Plus. There's another called G Staff Services. Let me write that G in caps lock. G Staff Services, Recruitment Malta. Recruitment Malta. And as I said, these are reputable companies. They are very well rated. Most of them have been in the industry for more than 10 years. Anytime you see someone who has existed in the industry for quite a long time, it means that they're getting things right. And I also said, guys, remember, you do not need to worry about the English language. You will do just fine, whether you know Maltese or you do not know. There's the government website where you'll get all the companies that are licensed by the government to give you visa sponsorship, and you can email or send your CV directly to these companies. gov.mt. Gov.mt is the Maltese government website. That is the government website where they put all the jobs that are available. That is one. And also they put there all the employers, sorry, that are licensed to give visa sponsorship jobs. So if anyone has any question, I am more than willing to answer. I am honestly more than willing to answer. I feel like I've gone through everything in quite a good timeline. So if anyone has any question, I'm more than willing to answer, whether related to this or not. Winter, you came late. Winter, you came in late. I think people, you can go through the comments before we finish the live and you'll get anything. Does Malta have an embassy in Kenya? The best thing that you can do, Josephine, to find out, because I am not sure, Google if they have an embassy in Kenya. If they do not have an embassy or a consulate in Kenya, I have said here before, there are centers that are always taking visa applications on behalf of other countries. If you will not find a Malta embassy in your country, check if they take visa application centers like UKVI or VFS Global take applications on behalf of those countries. If neither do they have a visa application or an embassy or a consulate in your country, you have to look to the country that is nearest to you that has that embassy. That is what happens in most of cases. There are some embassies that are not, for example, in your country, but you'll find them in places in a country that is next to you. So what happens is you go online, because visa applications are done online. You'll go online, you do all the visa application, and in most instances, they will send you courier services to take your biometrics, and you're supposed to send the biometrics back to them. So whether there is an embassy or not, you're supposed to get help in the country that is near to you. Look for the visa application centers like VFS Kenya, VFS Global. Sorry, VFS Global, I know it is in all countries. UKVA is in all countries. Check if the two institutions take applications on behalf of other countries. If not that, check the countries that neighbors you and as the Malta embassy. How can self apply for UK seasonal job? I have a video that talks about the UK seasonal jobs, and they're starting around in July, August, as summer will be starting. You can check that video, but mostly you can just Google the UK seasonal jobs and apply. You first have to apply and get someone who is willing to give you visa sponsorship before you can do anything else. You apply for a job, get sponsorship or get an offer letter. Your employer will get your work permit, then you will now apply for the job. For the visa, sorry, my wife just finished. Yes, you can. Ernest, you can do that. You can do that. Paxina, what are you asking? Because I just said you do not need to do your IELTS. So I do not know what you are asking. If you're moving to the UK from Malta, definitely, and UK will require you to do your English test, you must do it. Because as much as, remember, UK voted to move out of the European Union. So most of the rules under the European Union do not really work in the UK. Elaine, welcome from Cameroon. Yes, Lizzie, I will. I cannot apply for you jobs without reviewing your CV. Any other question, guys? Any other question? Today it seems people are silent. I do not know if the content was okay, if the opportunities were good. Also, I do not know if tomorrow we are supposed to meet at 2 or we are supposed to meet at 5 p.m. I do not know if we change the timelines. And it is good to get that info from you. Do we keep the Monday to 5 lives at 2 p.m. or do we move them to at later 5 p.m. so that at least people have enough time to conceptualize everything? So because Monday to Friday, I have been doing Monday to Friday. I started this week. So Monday to Friday, I've been doing 2 p.m. Then Saturday and Sunday, I've done 5 p.m. So do we retain 5 p.m. only, or do we go with the same schedule, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m., and weekends on 5 p.m.? Honest, no, there is no age limit. There is no age limit. Anyone can apply for the jobs. Muli Daniel, you're late. I have shared with you all the information. If you want to get the information, just go up the comments. You'll find all the websites and then screenshot all the websites that you can get the jobs and all the recruitment companies you need to contact. Ernestina have said Malta has two official languages. One is the Maltese language, the other is the normal our English language, and it does not really matter whether you speak the Maltese language because English is widely spoken all over the place in Malta. So you'll just do fine with English language, and they're not asking for you to know the Maltese language for these jobs. Ali, you're welcome. I have been talking about the job hospitality or in very high demand jobs that are in Malta. The Maltese government has just announced that they are willing and they're opening their doors to foreign workers in the hospitality industry, in healthcare, in tourism, in aviation, in financial services, and in trade, that is for jobs like construction, welders, and plumbers. And I've shared that, and I've also shared all the information you need on where you can get the jobs. Liz, I shared about a Canadian job fair was happening in Dubai. I think it will be happening on 26th. And I've also shared other pathways on my other YouTube videos, the ones that I do normal each and every day. You'll find a lot of them, mostly for Canada. The Dubai one is happening, I think, on sometimes in February or 26th January. That is a Canadian job fair that is happening in Dubai. So you can check that out. Diana, thank you so much. You're watching. You've come courtesy of Edith Mtanda. Edith Mtanda, please email me after this. I'd want to know what you're giving people to come and join me. Adenkule, you've come late. I have just actually finished. Waiveta, the best thing that you can do is actually go to those websites and look for jobs that have truck driver positions. If not so, you can look for truck driver jobs in Canada, because Canada offers very, 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 very many opportunities to truck drivers all the year round. So he'll be lucky there. And also, if you can also check under what I've shared to see if there are any opportunities that are available for truck drivers. Honestly, Liz, what do you want me to tell you? Guys, do you have any other question? If there is no other question, I feel like it is prudent for us to end there. I do not know. You guys have not given me feedback of do we get to be sharing or doing the lives every day at 5 p.m. or we do the normal 2 p.m. Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday and Sundays we'll be doing them at 5 p.m. If I'll not get any feedback, I think we will continue with the 2 p.m. for weekdays and 5 p.m. for Saturdays and Sundays, because I'm not getting any feedback. Yes? If there is no other question, I hope, guys, we can end the live. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. if that is okay. Someone is saying 5 p.m. will be good. Mary is saying 5 p.m. will be okay. So at least I have five. I have five votes for 2 votes for 5 p.m. There are around 20 more to go to vote whether to 5 p.m. or at 2 p.m. It will be okay if we just have one timeline. If it is at 5 p.m., 5 p.m. If it is at 2 p.m., 2 p.m. So that way, with consistency, someone will always be knowing at 5 p.m. we are doing our lives. Joanne said at 5 p.m. Tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't know. There's something I'm researching about USA. Let me see if the contact I am talking to, I'll be able to get full info and I'll share with you that tomorrow. Kwaku is saying 5 p.m. is okay. I think I'll go with the people who have voted for 5 p.m. because there is no suggestion of the 2 p.m. Tomorrow, so let's try. We'll try tomorrow to work with 5 p.m. If you have any question, remember to email me, Jocelyn at careercoaching@gmail.com. If you want any of my paid services, you'll find them on the description box of all my YouTube videos. There's a lady up here who is called there's a lady, I'm looking for that name. No, I do not have a WhatsApp group. I do not have an Instagram account where I talk to people. I also do not have a Telegram account. Please. And also, guys, it is good for me to mention I never talk to anyone on WhatsApp. I never give my personal number to people. Every communication is very official via email. When I'm having meetings via Google Meet, those are my official channels. I do not have any Telegram account. I do not ask for anyone to join my WhatsApp account. None of that. So I have shared a lot of information banda on Luxembourg. If you go to my channel, you find, I think, more than 10 videos on job opportunity in Luxembourg. And Luxembourg has a lot of opportunities, and it is very, very welcoming to immigrants and foreign workers. I do not know why people shy away from Luxembourg. Luxembourg is known to have one of the best infrastructures in the world. It is not, Luxembourg cannot even compete with USA in terms of infrastructure. They have one of the best trains, transport systems. Their healthcare is top notch, and they are very, very welcoming to English speakers. Definitely, they have their first language, which is mostly Italian and French. I do not know why people shy away from Luxembourg, and if you ask me, it is one of the best places you can ever benefit if you either want to move alone or to move with your family. It is also very tiny. It has a population of, I think, below something around 500,000. So you'll enjoy a lot of things, and it is not as chaotic as these other big countries around Europe. Guys, see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'm consolidating some information on USA. I hope I'll be able to consolidate enough. If not, we will see what I'll come up with to share with you tomorrow. But you can be sure it will be something very, very exciting. Remember, my email address is always open. If you have any question, you can ask me. And at this point, I think it is prudent for me to end the live.